We are Mr. the Fanboy, the most reckless force in all of the YouTube today. Tonight's episode of Impact was pretty good. The show started off with Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, and Sting in the ring discussing last year and why Sting left and stuff, and Sting replies by saying he left because he did not want anything to do with the new Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff NWO like regime. So he took a hiatus. He said he took a hiatus from wrestling, but he never truly left wrestling. Then Mr. Anderson comes out. And he once again demands that he get a title shot and is furious that Sting got the title shot last week. Then Jeff Hardy comes out and says he deserves the next title shot and that last week he got robbed and that Sting should not have beat him. Sting should not have got the title shot. So he says he's next. So Hardy says he's next in line for a title shot. Then RVD's music hits and he comes out and he keeps reminding people that he never lost the title, that he got taken out of the title picture and never truly got his rematch against Hardy, and that he deserves the next title shot. Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff then decide to do a tag team match between RVD and Sting versus Mr. Anderson and Jeff Hardy. That was a pretty awesome segment to start the show. The first match of the night was between Samoa Joe and the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro. This was a pretty good match to start the show. Samoa Joe controlled most of the match, but D'Angelo De Niro won the match when he knocked Joe out with a chain, and when he knocked Joe out and Okada with a chain. So Angelo De Niro wins the match. The next match of the night was a six persons tag team match between the Beautiful People and Winter versus Sarita, Rosita, and Angelina from the Jersey Shore. This was a horrible match. The match started off with Velvet Sky slamming Angelina's head against the apron, and then Sarita comes in. Then Sarita and Cookie come in and start ganging up on Velvet Sky. Then Winter comes in and pretends to attack Velvet Sky, but instead turns around and saves her, and Velvet Sky pins Angelina for the win. Like I said before, this was an awful match and was the worst match of the night. The worst match of the night. The next match of the night was a match between AJ Styles. It was a street fight between AJ Styles, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and Matt Hardy. It was a 3-persons street fight. This was an awesome fight. It was an awesome brawl. It was back and forth. Ric Flair got busted open. AJ Styles, Ric Flair got busted open. AJ Styles and Matt Hardy, like I said, went back and forth. The match ended when Matt Hardy gave AJ Styles a twist of fate on the chair, allowing Ric Flair to pin him and get the win. The next match of the night was a tag team match between Max and Jeremy Buck, Generation Me, versus Shannon Moore and Jesse Neal, Inc. This was an awesome tag team match. I love it when these two guys wrestle. I'm a huge fan of both these teams. The match ends in spectacular fashion when Max Buck and Jeremy Buck go for their springboard drop kick on Shannon Moore, on Jesse Neal, who's on the top rope, and Jesse Neal reverses by coming down with a spear, and Shannon Moore and Jesse Neal hit their combined Morgasm finisher to get the win. Like I said before, this was an awesome match and was one of the best matches of the night, next to the Hardy and AJ Styles match. They next showed a video, an awesome video highlighting the X Division, and hyping the Ultimate X match this Sunday at Victory Road. That was an awesome highlight video. I'm glad the X Division is starting to get back where it is. And next is the next match, the main event of the night was between the main event. Okay, the next segment, Sting is being interviewed by Jeremy Borash, but Mr. Anderson comes from behind and attacks him before the main event. So now it's Mr. Anderson and Jeff Hardy versus RVD alone. This is a back and forth handicap match with Ken Anderson just beating on Ken Anderson and Jeff Hardy just beating on RVD. The match ends when the lights go out. Sting enters the arena and gives Mr. Anderson and beats up Mr. Anderson and gives him a Scorpion Death Drop, allowing RVD to hit the 5-star frog splash for the win. Like I said before, this was a pretty good episode of Impact. I enjoyed most of everything, like I said, with the exception of the 6-person tag team match at the beginning of the show. And I can't wait for the pay-per-view this Sunday, because I'm Dog and I am the Prince of Phenomenal. Peace.